All right, welcome back to the Sideline Report. Marvin Jackson here, along with Lou, Donna, and Lake. And we are joined by former NFL player and local guy, Kyle Arrington. Kyle played defensive back, played corner in the NFL. And welcome to the show, Kyle.
Hey, Marvin, thank you for having me.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the Washington Browns game. I know you told me you were a Washington fan growing up here at Gwynn Park. And talk about that game. What are your thoughts?
Definitely, as a proud Prince Georgian, grew up diehard Redskins fan. Everybody in my family, I'm sorry, at that time, now the Washington football team. So, watching that game, really just came down to, as anyone who saw the game, one word, and that's turnovers. Every coach, player, team, leading into every game, one thing you want to check, make sure you check the box after the game. Is first thing you look at is the battle of turnovers. Did you win a turnover battle? And when you turn the ball over 5 times, with 21 points off of turnovers, on top of that, that's an uphill battle that you're already fighting against yourself.
Donna, you want to talk about that game? There was a little bit difference in the quarterbacks also, maybe a little, because I'm not really a big Baker Mayfield fan, but the Washington quarterback, Haskins, didn't play very well.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield's numbers weren't that great, but like Cal said, if you turn the ball over 5 times and it ends up being 21 points, you give them short field, you're not going to win that battle. I mean, the defense overall, I think, played well, but when you look at the quarterback situation in Washington, Haskins, he's a young quarterback and he's still growing, as Rivera said, but he has to step up. And as he said, this is his rookie year is going to run out soon. We can't use that excuse anymore. But he made some mistakes. He does some good things, but he's not consistent in doing those things all the time. And they said that he telegraphed the pass on 3 of those 3 interceptions. So they've got to get better play from the quarterback position. I mean, the wide receivers, to me, they've got to get another guy consistently to step up there. And the running game still has not gotten gone yet.
Lou?
So, kind of what Donna was saying, I heard something in the press conference afterwards. And Kyle, you can jump in. I know you didn't have that problem when you were in New England, but if a quarterback is struggling and you have players on that field that believe that they can win, there's only so much time that a coach is going to be able to sell said quarterback to a locker room full of hungry guys that could win. And the way this division is going, 8-8, as Lake was saying, 8 dubs might get you the division, right? So at this point, Ron Rivera has to make some interesting calls on how long this leash is going to be on Haskins, because he was laser focused in, not checking off, not dumping off, not doing anything. He was just trying to fit balls into windows that just weren't there. And that's what I saw. I saw a coach that's going to have to make a decision sooner than later, because Ryan Kerrigan, a bunch of other people, they want to win now. Even in a growing year, they want to win now.
Well, this is a quarterback who's staring down receivers. Is this something that he should be doing at this point of his career? I mean, it's his second year. People say it's basically his rookie year, but it's still his second year. He shouldn't be still staring down receivers consistently like that. I mean, quarterbacks do that every once in a while, but not consistently. What do you think, Lake?
Well, I mean, I think we all have to kind of pump the brakes a little bit, because, yeah, I've been critical and I've said that he has to play better for this team to be better. But at the end of the day, I think Ron Rivera did something that I commend. I mean, he shot down any talk of benching this young guy, and he's doing what he was brought here to do, and that's coach this guy up and get him, to be a true professional, something that Jay Gruden was brought in to do with RG3, and he didn't do that. So, I give Ron Rivera a lot of credit for that. But I think with Dwayne, I mean, yesterday was the first game he's turned the ball over like that. I mean, he had gone 4 or 5 starts without throwing an interception. So I think we need to slow down a little bit and just and just realize, this isn't the guy that's going to come out and have it from day one like some of the other young, great quarterbacks have. But keep in mind, there are a lot of great quarterbacks in the league that had to wait their time. There are a lot of great quarterbacks in the league that had to get better year in and year out. And I think he's in that category. So, no, he's not Pat Mahomes or any of these guys, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, but he's another guy that has some talent. But he's got to get coached, and that's what they're trying to do by keeping him on the field, which I think he deserves to still be on the field and learn.
And as Lou said earlier, this division, I mean, it's going to be if you get 9 wins, you're going to win this division probably.
Yeah. People have to stop thinking that this team is capable of winning this division because they're not
outed.
Well, I mean, there's winning the division, and there's also being competitive in football games. And I think that that's when that question that came up in the press conference late was very, very true. I mean, and Kyle, I kind of want you to speak on that from somebody's in the locker room. If you have a quarterback who, I mean, that's the most important position on the field. If the quarterback is throwing interception at the end, and yes, he's learning, but there's also a mental psyche like, I want to at least be competitive and win.
Well, I think he's competitive. I'm gonna jump in. I think he's competitive, and I agree with some of what Lake is saying. But on the other end, also, is that Rivera said that he did take some steps back throwing the interceptions, and it will come a time if he doesn't improve that is a cutoff point. But this Washington football team, they do have the weapons. We knew that on the offensive side of the ball, that was going to be the slow area for this team, and the defense was going to be the strength. But you've got to get better production out of the offense overall, not just the quarterback position. They've got talent there that they should be playing a lot better than what we're seeing.
Kyle, final comment on this topic. If you were in that locker room, what would you be thinking right now? And how would you deal with that situation where your quarterback had a pretty bad game, but he has great potential? How would you be as a teammate? How would you feel?
To you and Lou's question, now as a teammate, now you want to rally behind your guys, and that's across the board through any whether it's certain position, certain guy, whatever the case. You definitely want to make sure you rally behind your teammates and just make sure you instill the utmost confidence in him, because I mean we've all been there. We've all had bad showings, and no guy wants to ever be that weakest link on the team. Feel like that. And I mean even throughout my career, I mean it's been a time. You just had a rough outing. Okay. But if the main thing, just definitely want to get back in the playbook. And it just looks like it's a comfort thing more than anything else with Haskins. It just maybe he's not comfortable with the playbook and therefore translate onto the field. Or we're not really there in terms of how practice goes. But at least it just doesn't look like he's comfortable.